Good morning. Yesterday, morphology of flowering plants are in forms. Morphology of flowering plants, I think I will explain. Last class we discussed about the root, stem and leaf. What are the main components of leaf, definition of leaf and the kinds of leaf, what are the functions of leaf and how the leaf will be helps to support the plant. It is one of the most important organ. It will be supporting the plant with help of chlorophyll. I think I will explain all the things. Leaf, meaning of leaf, ಎಲೆ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಎಲೆಯ ಒಂದು ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಎಲೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಡೈಕಾಟ್ಲಿಡನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಮೊನೊಕಾಟ್ಲಿಡನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಎಲೆಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಒಂದು ವಾಟರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅಕ್ವಾಟಿಕ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ ನೋಟ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಪ್ ಟು ಫ್ಲವರಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ವರೆಗೂ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಓದ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಒಂದೊಂದು ನೋಟ್ಸಲ್ಲೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೂ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀಟು, CET, JEE ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಡೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಟುಡೇ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು learn flower. We are going to learn flower. Before going to that, the parts of the flower, that various characters and some of the parts in the plant, inflorescence, that we go. Before going to that, we can give some explanation on the leaf. I think leaf is a aerial part of the plant. It is supporting for the photosynthesis, respiration and also transpiration. Okay. Mainly three types of leaves I will explain last class. Cotyledon leaves, scaly leaves and foliage leaves. That I will explain with the help of the types of leaves, what the three types, especially cotyledon leaves and scaly leaves, and one more is foliage leaves. Foliage leaves. With these three will be divided into different types of leaves that I will explain today. Before going to that, you should know some special functions of leaf, especially that special function, storage of food materials and vegetative propagation. Storage of food materials commonly there is a transplantation or transportation like photosynthesis. The photosynthesis supports the autotrophic character like they prepare their own food materials. So here that's why we call it as a storage of food materials. While going to anatomy, we can explain more in that how the storage of food materials, xylem, phloem, and also other characters internally. What are the internal organs of the leaf? Everything we can discuss under the next unit. That is anatomy of leaf or the flowering plants. So what the things we study here? The morphology of flowering plants. So here morphology of fruit, stem, flowers, fruit, nut like that. You can go to the next unit. Anatomy of flowering plants. Same anatomy of fruit, anatomy of stem, anatomy of leaf, anatomy of flower, anatomy of seed, anatomy of fruit. Like that we are going to study all the components and anatomical character in next unit. In this unit, we can study only for the external features, that is morphology. So what is the morphological character of fruit, stem, and today what we are given to leaf. Yesterday I quoted the main morphological characters of the leaf tendrils. You don't forget this, leaf tendril. Leaf tendrils ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೈರ್ಗಳ ತರ ಸುತ್ತಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಲೀಫ್ ಮಾಡಿಫೈಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಟೆಂಡ್ರಿಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಲೀಫ್ ಸ್ಪೈನ್ಸ್, ಲೀಫ್ ಸ್ಪೈನ್ಸ್ ಎರಡನೇದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಳ್ಳುಗಳು. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ರೋಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೈಬಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ see it is a small layer like structure, that is we commonly call it as spines. So the and all. Next, phylloids. Third one is leaf phylloids. Leaf phylloids. These three will be very important. There is a modification of leaf that I will explain last class only. Now we are going to next very important component under that, inflorescence. Before going to the inflorescence, I think based on the venation, the different leaf, the different characters of the leaf, venation, I will write on a diagram the parts of the plant, what type of venation, everything I will explain last class. See, this is one of the example for the leaf. Once we are coming to the college, we can show you in the field what type of leaves, what is we call it as a venation, what part of the leaf. Venation is reticulate or parallel venation. That and all will explain. The nervous system, the veins will be arranging in a proper way. What type of veins arrangement is called it as venation. The venation will be different from one plant to another plant. So venation will be changes. The based on the venation, we can explain the various leaves in the plant. That is lanoculate, ovate. I will show you the examples. And oral, obligate, reniform, frenulate, sagittae, cunate, and cordae is the shape of the leaves of the combination. And based on that venation, whether the types of leaves will be divided into 6 categories. Pinnately reticulate. This is commonly pinnately reticulate venation. Palmately, like a palm-like leaf, and palmately erect region or convergent. Pinnately parallel, palmately parallel, and palmately parallel divergent. These are the common types of leaves. I will explain. Yesterday I gave to the notes and write a diagrams with the help of your textbook. You should know the meaning of that. Then simple leaves, compound leaves, pinnate leaf, palmately compound leaf. I will explain last class how the leaf will be arranging with the stem. This is the leaf arranging in a particular stem. I will show you this in process. Just you can see here, the leaf will be arranging opposite direction of the stem. See each and every stem here. So different. The leaves will be opposite direction. Just you can compare with this leaf. And what difference we can find here, just you can imagine. Here, one stalk, one leaf, what type of leaves here arrangement? Here the stem will be, make its arrangement opposite direction. See with help of that, see the leaves are arranging like this. We commonly call it as a unipinnate compound leaf, and imparipinnate, it means one stem having a different leaves. Imparipinnate compound leaf. I think I will explain, I will show you realistically, then you can be able to understand. See, this is compound leaf. This is a compound leaf. It will be differentiated in a different manner. The petiole will be different here. The petiole will be different. How the leaves are arranged here. While going to real plant, you can able to understand how the bud formation here. In case of another, see here, in this we cannot able to find here bud formation. The leaf shape, just you can imagine the shape of the leaf, veins, venous system, what we call it, already I will explain venation. What venation take place here? Nerve take place here. Just you can imagine the difference. Then we are going to explain. See, it is the total plant. How the leaves will be arranging here, the separately, the stalk opposite direction, each stalk having a different leaves here. They are opposite direction, made by single stem. It is made up of one stalk. See the difference here, one to another leaf having a different venation, different categories and different characters. Based on that, tripinnate, bipinnate, decompound. The bipinnate is commonly called as bipinnate. Commonly called as two. It is commonly called as a stem. Stem is a two branches. Tripinnate. Tri means three. Here the leaves are present. Three. So bipinnate is two branches, tripinnate is three branches. It means here, for example, see this is the one example for see this is the stalk. This is the stalk. This is the stem. See here, the leaves are arranged here. Leaves are arranged here. Some other plant, it will be divided into 3 subdivisions. That is tripinnate. This is dipinnate or the bipinnate or the dipinnate compound leaf. So, opposite direction arrangement, equal direction, single leaf present on the stalk, single leaf present in a stem. They all call it as the types of leaves. Yesterday what I quoted, I will explain last class. The modification of leaf tendrils, leaf spines, leaf phylloids. The leaf phylloids commonly like a stem itself bulges, commonly called as a phylloid. That with the help of example I will explain. Today we are going to study inflorescence. 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 What is the meaning of inflorescence? ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಎರಡು ಭಾಗ ಹೋಗೋದು ಡೈಪಿನ್ನೇಟ್ ಎರಡೇ ಭಾಗ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. 3 ಭಾಗ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ಮಿಂದ 3 ಭಾಗ ಹೊಡೆದಿದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರೈಪಿನ್ನೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಸಸ್ಯ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Inflorescence ಅಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ what is the meaning of inflorescence? In angiosperms, commonly call it as the flowering plants. Flowering plant. Their main part is flower. The flower having a different shape, size or the structure. The different flower structure, arrangement, shape, size is called as inflorescence. The inflorescence is nothing but the arrangement of flowers, whether in a single flower or in a cluster of flowers. That bulk of flower in the plant is called as inflorescence. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೂ inflorescence ಅಂತಾರೆ. inflorescence ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಸ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೂ ಬಿಡುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಹೂ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ಕಿಂದ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಇಂದ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇಂದ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಹೂ ಬಿಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಕೆಲವು ಸಸ್ಯಗಳಿದೆ. ಬಲ್ಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹೂಗಳನ್ನು ಬಿಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಕೆಲವು ಸಸ್ಯಗಳಿದೆ. ಈ ಹೂವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನೇ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋದು. ದ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ವೆದರ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್. ಸಸ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೂವಿನ ಒಂದು ಹೂವು ಅಥವಾ ಗುಂಪು ಹೂಗಳು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅದು ನೀವು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಫ್ಲವರು ಅಥವಾ ತುಂಬ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸು. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಾವು ರೋಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ರೋಸು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. If this is what we call it as rose, it will be very single. Okay. ಇನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಗುಂಪಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಲ್ಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್, ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಇದನ್ನ I will show you one example. Can you able to understand how? Ready? This is the type of flower. How the sepals petals arranging only one flower in one stalk. It is single. It is also single flower on the midrib. It is only one flower. In case of here, only one stem. How many flowers are arranged here? How many flowers are arranged here? Just you can imagine here. So, the group of flowers arranging or the single flower arranging in a single stalk or the midrib is called inflorescence. So, now we will come to the inflorescence type. It is a multiple flowers arrangement. It is the multiple flower arrangement. See, here only one flower, hibiscus. It is only one flower. So many flowers we can able to understand. Here, see, multiple flowers in a one midrib, small flower. Okay. Next we'll go to. So this is the one more example. This is one more example for multiple flowers. So the meaning of here, the single flower arrangement in single stalk is called as solitary. You remember? Yes, so solitary. Solitary type of inflorescence. Solitary. Solitary is nothing but it is a only one. It is only one flower will be arranging single. Example, rose and hibiscus. The rose and hibiscus example for the solitary. And one more type, peduncle. 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 Peduncle is nothing but it's a group or the cluster. Cluster or group. Cluster or group of flowers arranging in on the stalk is called it as the peduncle. Okay, so the solitary is nothing but a single flower arranged in a stalk or the petiole. The peduncle is the cluster of flowers arranging on a stalk or the petiole. This is example for peduncle. Okay, this is example for peduncle. This is also example for peduncle. Okay, this is also example for peduncle because you don't think it is a one flower. It is a multiple flowers. Okay, it is the example for solitary. It is the example for solitary. One stalk, one flower. One stalk, one flower. It is example for the solitary. So here solitary is a flower inflorescence type of inflorescence. It is having a single flower and a single stem. Peduncle is a arrangement of flowers in a single stem. Cluster are the group of flowers. Okay. Now based on that, the racemose and cymose inflorescence. That is the meaning of racemose and meaning of cymose inflorescence. The meaning of racemose, what it explains. See what is the meaning of cymose, what is the meaning of mixed inflorescence. All these things we can explain now. So you should remember solitary, second one is peduncle. So one more type of inflorescence. It is basically the two types. Again it will be divided into three. That One is the cymose inflorescence and racemose inflorescence, and one more is mixed inflorescence. Don't read all these things and get you the notes. These are the mainly the three types of inflorescence. Again, we will be going to use special inflorescence. See, the solitary and peduncle inflorescence will be divided into one more three, and you can take it as a four. The special inflorescence, there is a cymose inflorescence, whether in the solitary form, racemose inflorescence in a peduncle form, or mixed inflorescence in a peduncle or the solitary. Special inflorescence are the peduncle or solitary. All these things we can consider the different components, that is inflorescence, the types of inflorescence. Now you should remember the meaning of inflorescence. The broadly classified into two types of inflorescence. Then it will be divided into based on that character of the flower, whether the peduncle or the solitary. The solitary having a four types, peduncle also having a four types. That is, the four types are nothing but, first one is what? Racemose inflorescence, cymose inflorescence, mixed inflorescence, and special inflorescence. So the meaning of here, racemose and cymose. Then you can able to understand what is the meaning of cymose inflorescence, racemose inflorescence, mixed inflorescence, and also special inflorescence. So here the word inflorescence already you know, the arrangement of flowers on the stalk or the petiole is called as inflorescence. What the meaning of racemose? What is the meaning of cymose? And what commonly we call it as the mixed inflorescence and special inflorescence. Everything we can study one by one. That is, first one is racemose inflorescence. Here, racemose inflorescence having a inflorescence here, the what character having a racemose, what the word it indicates, racemose inflorescence. I will explain. The racemose inflorescence, some of the flowers are the centripetal character. I think you already know the meaning of centrifugal and centripetal character. That based on that we can dividing a racemose inflorescence and cymose inflorescence, whether the flower arranging in a sepal or the petal characters, it is the depending upon the sepal and the petal, androecium and gynoecium. So based on these parts of the flower, we can divide it into racemose and also cymose characters of the inflorescence. So before going to learn the racemose and cymose inflorescence, you should know the meaning of and various parts of the flowers. Then you can able to understand what the meaning of racemose and cymose inflorescence. So here, just I'll get the example. It is a flower. There is no stalk. There is no sepal. So here, the types of inflorescence divided into based on the floral characteristics of the flower, that floral parts of the flower, that floral parts commonly the named as a sepals, petals, androecium, gynoecium, and also in the gynoecium anthers. This is the anthers. So here sepals, petals, anthers, gynoecium, androecium, everything is there in a ovary, in a flower. So the arrangement of ovary, the arrangement of sepals, arrangement of flowers, based on these characters, we can divide it into racemose and cymose inflorescence. Some of the things having the combination of racemose and also the cymose character. It means here the androecium, gynoecium, sepals and petals are arranged in their particular stigma stipule. So what arrangement? The next time we will understand very clearly what the racemose inflorescence and the racemose inflorescence and also one more. What is the next inflorescence? Racemose, then one more is cymose. Okay. Now I will give it to the example for racemose inflorescence. See, I will show you the textbook. The racemose inflorescence. How the arrangement of flowers in a stipule. How the arrangement. All these things comes under the racemose. So what you are finding in the stem, the flowers are arranging upper level only. So this is commonly called as a racemose. Just you can differentiate with the cymose. Then you can able to understand the difference between the cymose and the racemose. Just you can imagine here. The racemose are arranging the flowers, the apex or tip of the plant. They are final, they are becoming a fruit. See here, the cymose inflorescence, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, epicalyx will be present here. Small epicalyx, hibiscus plant. So here it helps to give to one more plant here. So cymose, it will be provision for the next flower, next bud, next small plant will be developed here. So cymose, the racemose is nothing but, first one the racemose is nothing but, see the flowers, the racemose, this is racemose. This is also racemose inflorescence. This is also racemose or cymose. This is cymose inflorescence. Because again inflorescence will be developed here only. The flower will be developed here also. But in case of here, there is no flower comes to from next bud. Here we cannot, the bud will not develop here. That's what it is a racemose. The cymose is nothing but the flower will develop here once again. See, this is the one of the characters of cymose and the racemose inflorescence. Again it will be divided into two. There is a mixed and special. Mixed inflorescence is nothing but the mixing of cymos as well as racemose. That is a different category plants, different category inflorescence. That I will show you with help of examples. You can get through the idea with help of reading a textbook. So you can go to the study on a field. You can able to understand what is the racemose, what is the cymos, and what is the combination of racemose and cymos, called as a mixed inflorescence and special inflorescence. The special inflorescence is the thing that is having a racemose as well as a cymos, and also the special bulged character of the flower is called as a specialized inflorescence. So all these four types of inflorescence having a plant, it will be special characters of flowering plants. In this, each and every plant and each and every flower having its character. I will get you what is the meaning of calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, sepals, petals, anthers. All these things I will explain in a next component, next subunit called flower. Now here we can study only inflorescence. So inflorescence, you should remember what is the meaning of inflorescence, what are the types of inflorescence, and what are the components of inflorescence, and how the inflorescence will be developed. That will be the inflorescence definition. They will ask in your examination peduncle or the one more type. What I quoted, that you should not remember, should not forget, you should remember. There is an inflorescence solitary, peduncle, that and all. That is in a statistical manner or skeletal form. We can explain a solitary. It is a flower. It is the one peduncle is nothing but see like this. It is commonly called as a structure. We will write skeletal structure like it. It is commonly skeletal. ಇದನ್ನ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ಏನಿದು skeletal structure ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಸಸ್ಯ ಹೂಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಹೂವು ಬಿಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಾಲಿಟರಿ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ತುಂಬ ಬಲ್ಜಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಪೆಡಂಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು ನಿಮಗೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ರಸಮೋಸು, ಸೈಮೋಸು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರೆಸೆನ್ಸು, ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಅಂಬ್ರೆಲ್ಲಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸು and what are the parts of this, everything I will get you, and I will draw the diagram, peduncle pattern, and what part of it there, entire leaf, entire what is the flower. I will explain with help of examples. Okay, so by the time I will give you the detail about the diagrammatic representation with help of the chart and also on the blackboard. You should study once, you can able to understand. Once again we write on a blackboard. I think ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸಲ ನಾವು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೆದು ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಇದರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅನಾಟಮಿ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್, ತುಂಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟದ ಈ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲವರ್, ಈಗ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್. ಸಿ ಇನ್ನೇ commonly flower explanation, definition and characters. I already given to you what is the meaning of flower, definition of flower, typical flower, and also what is the general terms and the explanation under the flower, and what is the future of the flower, and floral parts of the flower, and how the flower will be responsible for the production of fruit, that is a reproduction. reproduction, like a pollination and the fertilization. Everything we can explain under the flower. Now we are going to divide the meaning of flower. Meaning of flower. See, I think you know the flower, different types of flowers. Flower is a typical part of the plant. Definition of the flower. Flower is the typical plant part of the flower. It is a reproductive organ. It is supporting for the pollination and also fertilization. So, flower having a different parts. The different parts I will show you. See, this is the flower part. Here the stalk, and on that one more. The one more part. It is the protection of. See, we come to the gynoecium. It is androecium. Gynoecium. It is petals. It is almost color, and in this flower petals are color, the sepals are green in color. The petals are color because of attract insects. Insects will be coming and sit on this gynoecium, this part. The insect will be sitting. Once the pollen grain will be attacked, again the insect will be going to sit another plant. So automatically pollination takes place. So that is, I will explain the types of pollination also last class. That is the pollination by wind pollination. The pollination by insects is called insect pollination. The pollination by air is called air pollination. The pollination by self is called self pollination. The peoples are doing. So this is the pollination takes place by this. So here androecium, gynoecium, ovary. See, this is ovary. The ovary is inside the. See, in this, the flower having a calyx and corolla, androecium, gynoecium, and also the arrangement of this petals. How arranging? I will show you one by one. See, this is petals. It is a single one. Here there is no dividing. It is a totally single. Here will be different. That is, we commonly call it as arrangement of petals. Arrangement of petals. The arrangement of petals is called as the aestivation. Is called as aestivation. I will explain the meaning of aestivation. So here the flower, in the case of this, what type of aestivation in this flower? What type of aestivation? The petals are arranging the imbricate, valvate, or in the case of the plain, that floral diagram will be there. That and all I will explain. Now we are going to understand the flower, parts of the flower and functions of the flower today. Again we go to the characteristics and parts of the flower and the aestivation of the flower. So the flower is nothing but the typical part, reproductive organ, don't forget, and it will be supporting for the reproduction, pollination. The parts of the flower calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, and also sepals, petals. Okay, and what is that? The anther. So all these parts will be remembered: calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Here gynoecium will be sitting on the periphery, hypogynous, epigynous, everything we will explain in the next class on the flower characters. Okay, so today we will explain that inflorescence and also what we call as a flower. Think here one more few examples of the flower explanation, that is the technical terms, our symmetry of the flower and the characteristics of the flower. See, all these things we can remember. Mainly you should remember the stalk or pedicel or pedicel, the flower stalk. It is a pedicel. Pedicel or the stalk. Function of pedicel or the stalk. Function of calyx. Function of what is the petals. Function of sepals. Function of androecium. Function of gynoecium. Everything you should be remember. Then only you can be able to understand during your examination, and also you should write diagram. Petals, what characters? Sepals, what is the character? And how the arrangement of flowers with help of reproduction. That is it. Propagative, vegetative propagation, and also the asexual, sexual reproduction. All these things we can explain under the flower part. So here sepal, petal, ovary, pedicle, anther, filament, stamen, everything you should be write in your note with help of the textbook. For example, I will show you here in your diagram. See, it is one of the example. It is this one. This one is filament. This is the filament. This is stamen. From here, the inside you open. I think you are not able to see in this camera. Inside the small ear-like structure will be there. Is called as a filament. This is a what we call it as stamen. And here connectivity. Here connectivity. Small connectivity. Then we will come to here anther. The anther. I think they very not clearly see here anther. This is the anther. So anther. So here style, pedicle or the stalk, ovary. This is the ovary. I remove this. The ovary will be present here. I will remove this. I will show you the ovary present inside the. This is the ovary. This is the ovary. The ovary is the female reproductive organ. This is, I will look, this one you can remove slowly. You can see the ear-like structure. One of the ear-like structure is cut. It's not seen clearly because that in really you can see in a plant or you can see in your home or your garden. The inside one is the ear-like structure. This is the this ear-like structure is called, we call it as filament. Okay, So I think the diagram you should be remember. You should write the diagram in your notes. Okay, that is each and every flower having that character. In this flower, where the ovary, where the androecium, and where is the gynoecium, this where is the stalk. You should be just, you can see the plant here, the oh, see the filament is very small, the calyx, it is petals, colored one. Why the color? Because insects are observed. See here, small ear-like structure. I think not seeing you. Okay, see all these parts. You come to the flower. Here, next character, symmetry. Symmetry of flower. I think in your zoology that animals, the characteristics of animals, asymmetrical, bisymmetrical. Okay, that symmetry means dividing. Here also symmetry of the flower is also one of the characteristics of the flower. For example, rose, we cannot able to symmetry. We can take hibiscus, it will be divided equally. It will divide equally. That is a symmetrical. Based on that symmetrical, we can divide it into the different characteristics of the flower. Then we can cut, and in the laboratory we can explain with help of demonstration with help of the dissection needles, how the ovary dividing, how the symmetry, the flower will be symmetry, that dividing ಎರಡು ಭಾಗ ಆಗತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಎರಡು ಭಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಭಾಗ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ವಾ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನೇ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಸಿಮಿಟ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದ different types of corolla, different types of androecium, gynoecium, where it will be the shape of the flowers. Everything we can going to study in the next class. That is east-western. The diagram already I will explain. This diagram I will write on a blackboard. I will show you the petals are arranging, like how the arranging, like this, one on the another, imbricate, valvate, like that. I will show you. Then you can able to understand the type of arrangement of sepals and the petals in a flower. Based on that, we can write a floral diagram based on the proper east-western. I think that and all I will explain in next class. Now I think ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಹೂವಿನ ಗೊಂಚ ಅದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಎರಡು ಭಾಗ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರಸೆನ್ಸ್, ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಹೂ ಬಿಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಗೊಂಚು ಬಿಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಹೂವನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಎರಡು ಥರ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ಎರಡು ಥರ, ಎರಡು ಟೈಪ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋರಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಲವರು, ಹೂವು, ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್, ಅದೇನಕ್ಕೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನು, ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಪಲ್ಸ್, ಪೆಟಲ್ಸ್, ಆಂಡ್ರೇಶಿಯಮು, ಗೈನೀಶಿಯಮು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲೂ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೂ ಒಂದೇ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲವರ್ನ ಆಕಾರವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದರ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬರೀತೀವಿ. ಆ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಸೆಪಲ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಪೆಟಲ್ಸು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮನ್ನೇ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್, ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಪೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ತೋರಿಸಿದೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲೆಗಳು, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಥರ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹೂಗಳು, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಆ ಎಲೆಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಆ ಎಲೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದೇ ಅರ್ಬೇರಿಯಂ ಶೀಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಅದು ಮೊದಲೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಕ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಏಡ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಹರ್ಬೇರಿಯಂ ಶೀಟ್ಸು ಆ ಎಲೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್, ಪಿನ್ನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಲೀಫ್, ಪಾಮೆಟ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಲೀಫ್, ಇಂಬ್ರಿಕೇಟ್, ಪಿನ್ನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಲೀಫ್, ಬೈಪಿನ್ನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಲೀಫ್, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಲೀವ್ಸನ್ನು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಬರೆದು ಚಾರ್ಟನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹರ್ಬೇರಿಯಂ ಶೀಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋದು. ಆ ಹರ್ಬೇರಿಯಂ ಶೀಟ್ಸನ್ನು ನೀವು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಆನ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, we can go to the field and we can prepare the herbarium sheets. Okay, well students, what are the things today you should be remember? Tomorrow or day after tomorrow I will send all the notes up to the flowering plants, up to the flower, that is the morphology of flowering plants. Then you can able to understand very clearly. You should be studying each and everything. After completion of this, I will get you the test. You can getting ready for the test. You should be write and submit the test paper to me in the college. You should be come to the college. So you should write the test. What are the components you are not able to understand? Just you can keep it in a record, write it in a notebook. We will explain once again. Okay. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಓದ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಈಗಿಂದನೇ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮತ್ತೆ 3-4 ತಿಂಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸು. ಜಾನ್ವರಿಯಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ 4 ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಓದೋಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ರೆಡಿ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ, ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ, ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.